Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen, host of Bank the Bet podcast with Winners and Winers, coming to you direct from the Winners and Winers studio and the lovely Winners and Winers Entertainment Complex deep in the bowels here in the studio. This is the Fab Five for college football. Let's dive right in, shall we? We got five. Let's rapid fire. We can't be here all day. Come on, we got stuff to do. First game, Pittsburgh +4 at the University of Miami. And Pittsburgh has ended up having a pretty decent season. They don't look now, but they've locked up the Coastal Division. And Miami, they're doing their Miami thing, man. They made a bowl game. They're 6-5 right now, so they're locked into a bowl. But they are down some serious firepower, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Wide receiver Jeff Thomas left this week. A mutual parting of the ways. He was their leading receiver. In addition, they will be without top two tight ends, Will Mallory and Brevin Jordan. Between those three guys, that's 70 of the 170 receptions they have so far this year that will not be there. That's just a little bit over 41%. I think that's going to be too difficult for Pittsburgh to get over. Plus, these two teams trending in the opposite directions, especially against the number. Pittsburgh is 6-0 against the spread over their last six, while the Miami Hurricanes are just 1-5 against the number over their last six. I like Pittsburgh here, catching 4 on the road. Give me the Panthers, and let's get it done with 4 points. You might even, you want to take a little wild stab at it there, you might even take a shot at that money line. Full disclosure, guys, because of a holiday schedule, we're recording a little bit earlier than usual. So as I always tell you, but I mean it even more this time, check your lines, check your injuries, get your last-minute updates there, because I'm kind of working with not old information, but it's a day older than it usually is about the time I do these. So make sure that you check all the information, make sure those numbers are still relevant. All right, heading to Conference USA for the next battle. It's the Marshall Thundering Herd against Florida International. Florida International is +3. We're going to talk a little bit about motivation. This time of year, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, by the way. This time of year, it's all about the motivation. Who has the most to play for? Who's got that extra incentive to get the job done? In this case, it's FIU. FIU needs a win to face UAB next week in the Conference USA Championship game. All right, that's really what it comes down to. FIU is kind of having a magical season. It's I wouldn't say it came out of nowhere, but it's a nice, solid little season for them. They're 8-3 on the season, looking to go to 9-3 as they go into next week's championship game. On the other hand, Marshall, always good, always solid, 7-3 this year, and they're headed for a bowl game as well. However, they cannot contend for the lead in their division. Marshall, not great offensively. Good defensive team, not fantastic offensively. 87th rush, 82nd in pass. What Marshall does well is stop the run. Luckily, FIU doesn't run the ball very well, so that's not really where their bread is buttered. They are 61st in pass defense, and I think that's what FIU is going to look to do now. FIU, they are fairly versatile when it comes to their offense. They can kind of change chameleon-like, if you will, based on what the defense gives them. I think the defense gives them the pass here, and I think FIU capitalizes on that. I like the Panthers in this spot. +3 at home, maybe even, dare we say it, wrong team favored. Give me FIU at the home field there. All right, our next game is another contest there in Conference USA. We talked about them just a minute ago. UAB heads down to the great state of Tennessee to take on Middle Tennessee State. UAB is pretty much locked into their spot. They are the number one. They are the number one in their division. Nothing's going to knock them out of that. On the other hand, Middle Tennessee State can win their division with a win and an FIU loss. And as we talked about, FIU is actually an underdog in that game. So Middle Tennessee State has a lot to play for. They, again, are a home team catching points. They're catching 3 from the Blazers in this spot. I think this is a classic motivation game. Middle Tennessee State has everything to play for. UAB, they've got nothing to play for at this point. They're locked into where they are. Nothing's going to happen there. Middle Tennessee State been on a nice run lately. They've scored 151 points over their last 4. Not surprisingly, over those 4, they are 4-0 against the number. This is a classic look-ahead spot for UAB. They're going to be looking at the championship game next weekend, and I don't think they take care of business this weekend. Again, I like the home team catching points. Give me double dogs, all right? Give me 2 dogs in a row there at home. I'll take them both with 3 points. Florida International and Middle Tennessee State. All right, timeout, guys. All right, sorry about that. We're back. All right, we're heading to the Big Ten for our next game as the Purdue Boilermakers head to Bloomington, Indiana, take on the Indiana Hoosiers. Who's your daddy? Not me, baby. It's the Indiana's catching 3.5 points at home. Both of these teams are they're not good, but they are good enough to go to a bowl game with a victory. They're both 5-6, so winner goes home, and the loser. It depends on the bowl game, doesn't it? The loser goes home, and the winner goes to some bowl game that they most likely really don't care about. But, it keeps the donors happy. They got to do that postseason thing, and everybody would rather finish with a bowl game, so they're going to be playing for that. You know what? I don't know what happened to Purdue. I really thought they were going to be good this year. I thought Indiana was actually going to be better. Surprisingly, they're not. You know what you've heard me talk about it before. What I use in the Big Ten, the yardstick. How'd you do against Minnesota? That's not actually true, but it does seem to come out that way. Hey, funny you should ask. Indiana, they lost by 7 to Minnesota. Ooh, not good. Not good, losing to the Gophers. However, in the next game, Purdue said, you know what? Hold our Boilermaker. I think we can do better than that. Purdue lost to the Golden Gophers by 34 points. Yikes. Not at all good. Purdue has not covered in their last 4 games, while Indiana has gone 3-1 against the number. Finishing the season in the right way. I think they continue to get it done here. Again, give me a home dog. I'm going to take the Indiana Hoosiers plus 3.5 points. 3 dogs in a row. Holy mackerel. We are on dog fire. Here we go, everybody. Actually, and I'm just looking at the sheet. These are all dogs today. There's an old saying in handicapping, by the way. If you look at your sheet and you've got too many favorites or too many overs, you're probably not doing very well. However, when you look at your sheet and you have 5 underdogs, you probably should stop drinking. That's all I'm saying. So let's move to the last one, shall we? This is Troy with catching 11 points, heading to Appalachian State to take on the Mountaineers there as well. Again, motivation. The winner of this game wins the Sun Belt East, and they will compete next week for the championship of the conference there. One of the big ones here is Jalen Moore is out for Appalachian State. Appalachian State does have a hell of a running attack featuring kind of a triple-headed monster there. Jalen Moore is part of that attack. He's rushed for 400 yards this year, 6 TDs. He's averaging 6.7 yards a carry. He will not be suiting up. Each of these teams has covered 3 of their last 4. To me, these teams are pretty evenly matched, all right? I think that Appalachian State's probably a little better team, and they're at home, so they're going to be a little better team there than they would be on the road. However, 11 is just too many points for the men from Troy. I like Troy plus the 11 to get it done here against App State, all right? So there you go, guys. That's the Fab 5 for this week. It's the Fab 5 dogs is what we've done right there. You see that it's crazy that I hadn't even noticed that. But yeah, there it is, 5 dogs in a row. Hey man, let's go get some dogs today. Let's go. Let's strap on those dog collars and let's go catch us some dogs. All right. As always, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to the page, like us, tell us what you're playing, give me some feedback. I'll always give you a shout out if you give me some good feedback, a good pick, something like that. Follow us on Facebook. You'll find the link down below in the comment section. You'll find our links to Facebook page, to my show, to Bank the Bet podcast that we do every single day, talking about the events of the day. So check that out as well. Until next time, hey, Scott Steen, let's go make some dog bets, you guys. And at the end of the day, we'll collect up those tickets, and you and we can head back to the window. Take care, everybody. Woof, woof.